Welcome you all. Come to the facts for PT, and to begin with KONSACHEM, and the contest is the association of a pastoral Bartholomew with agriculture in Goa, particularly during the harvest festival called KONSACHEM. Now, something more about this. KONSACHEM is an important harvest festival celebrated in Goa. Remember, primarily and against both Hindus and Catholics participate in their unique ways. The festival involves blessing the first sheaves of rice when harvested. For when Catholics, the peak of the celebration occurs on August 24, the feast day of Saint Bartholomew, his name meaning son of Pharaohs, one of the 12 apostles of Jesus Christ who visited India in 55 AD. Now, before him, Saint Thomas arrived in India in 52 AD. Remember. Next point for PT, a North African metal art. North African metal art. Now you can see it. Have a moment to this photo. And the contest is metal engraving, a traditional craft practiced across North Africa and West Asia for centuries, has gained international recognition by being added to UNESCO's Intangible Heritage list. Next point, North African metal art refers to the traditional craft of manually cutting words of symbols into metals, particularly jewelry and household objects. This long-standing artistic tradition has been practiced across North Africa and West Asia for centuries. The art form involves intricate engraving techniques applied to various metals such as copper, silver, and gold. Copper, Cu, silver, Ag, gold, Au. And the next point, rare earth processing technologies. You can have the Manly periodic table or the modern periodic table, where you can find the list of the elements that belong to rare earth metals. Now, come to the contest. China, the leading global processor of rare earths, has imposed a ban on the export of technology essential for extracting and separating these strategic metals. This action is part of a revision to the list of technologies considered vital for national security. The ban covers not only technology related to extraction and separation, but also extend to the export of production technology for rare earth metals, alloy materials, and specific rare earth magnets. This move by China coincides with efforts of Europe and the United States to reduce dependence on Chinese rare earths, which currently account for 90% of the world's refined output. Rare earths, a group of 17 metals crucial for manufacturing magnets used in electric vehicles, wind turbines, and various electronic devices, have become a focal point for geopolitical considerations. And now, next point, self-pollination. Now come to the contest. In a groundbreaking discovery, scientists have observed rapid evolution in a flowering plant, Vela Avenis field pansy in Paris, France. Pollinators in Paris, France, the plant is producing less nectar, see the point, and smaller flowers to attract fewer pollinators, displaying signs of self-pollination. It's a reproductive process in plants where pollen from a flower's male reproductive organs anther fertilizes the female reproductive organs stigma of the same flower or another flower on the same plant. The mechanism ensures the plant's ability to reproduce without relying on external pollinators like insects or wind. Changes in the environment, especially due to anthropogenic activity, that is man-made activities, have limited the population of pollinators such as bees. In such a situation, plants evolve to self-pollinate itself. Now come to the mechanism of self-pollination. Anther and stigma proximity. In self-pollinating plants, the anther, that is the producing pollen, is close to the stigma, receiving pollen within the same flower. And next, the pollen grains are transferred from the anther to the stigma either by physical contact or through the plant's internal mechanism. Next point, the fertilization. The pollen tube grows down the stem to the ovary where fertilization takes place, resulting in the formation of seeds. Next one, genetic similarity. Since both the pollen and the ovule come from the same plant, the offspring are genetically identical to the parent, leading to the limited genetic diversity. Now you can see the photo. This is the pollen, stigma, anther, and this is about the self-pollination. Self-pollination ensures reproductive successes, especially in environments with limited pollinators, but it can also reduce genetic variability in plant populations and risk to the plant pollinator interaction system. This is all about the self-pollination, and that's all for the session. Thank you.